Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and today I'm going to be doing the weekly horoscope forecasts for the week of March 11th through the 17th, 2019. For those of you that are listening to this and have not yet subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit the red subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner of this video, as well as the notification bell icon, so that way you can be notified of any future videos that I do publish. Also, be sure to pick up a copy of my new book called Starseed Footsteps. It is available on my website if you want an autographed copy. If not, you can purchase a regular copy off of Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com. So I want to thank you so much. Let's get into the horoscopes for this week. Aries, this week for you, Aries, there's a lot of energy going on right now. A lot of you with this Mercury retrograde could be feeling a little down, a little emotional. You could be feeling like you're getting you're being told things by people, or people are accusing you in your circle, or making comments kind of targeting you in some kind of way. However, there's a lot of focus on your money right now. It's very important for a lot of you out there to focus on, the next biggest project. If you've recently been promoted, or you're in the midst of transitioning to a new job. There's a lot of focus on that energy right now. A lot of you are also contemplating, a trip. A lot of you could be doing spring break this week, doing a trip, taking a trip out of town. So there's a lot of different possibilities that are going to have you kind of stretched out in different ways. Some of this can be a little stressful at times for you, and you may have to show someone, how to do something in your home. This could be like a family member that is not sure, and you're giving them or delegating a task or several tasks to them, and they may not, necessarily be prepared, for it, but you will be helping them with that. So that's kind of like the energy that surrounds you this week. The best thing to do in order to kind of stay grounded is work with your crystals. Make sure that you're taking some time out for yourself. You're hydrating yourself, that you are meditating. Doing these things will keep you very grounded and also feel very connected to source. So I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you'd like to book a private reading, you can go to my website. It's listed here on the bottom right hand corner of the screen, and in the description box below. It's www.raymondguzman.net/shop. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Psychic Medium Ray. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing week. Taurus, this week for you, Taurus, it is going to be a week in which you are confronting a lot of the things that are probably like obstacles in your life right now. There could be a particular person that you're not getting along with, or someone that is just kind of killing your vibe. There is a situation right now where you're going to be charging full speed ahead, and you're going to be confronting them. And it feels like this is also a week in which you are kind of maybe experiencing some money issues, maybe some loss of money, or you are feeling like your money is not really lasting. It's just going. Some of you have gotten your income tax checks. Some of you may, be getting those this week. It just depends. But there's this sense that, that you are kind of like the money is not staying in your pocket, really. It is going either to bills, to responsibilities, expenses that you already have. So this situation, going back to the situation that I was talking about in the beginning, that's very draining, and that you're confronting, you do come out of this later in the week feeling very tired, feeling very like you've been through the battle. You've just really have exhausted all of your energy, and wasted a lot of time this week kind of focusing on something that really wasn't something that you needed to focus to begin with. But a lot of you are the type, that are going to focus on it and be drawn to it because, again, it's something that's outstanding in your life. But later in the week, there's a youthful energy that kind of comes in. This could be like a friend, a partner. It kind of, is trying to introduce something fun, may go away to the beach on the weekend, or take a trip, a road trip, or do something that is for spring break, to kind of get out of the normality that you're in. Spirit is also telling you during this time to be very honest with yourself. If there's anything that is bothering you, like I said, in the very beginning, that problem that you're tackling or, going up against, you need to really kind of speak and vocalize how you feel, and don't hold on to those feelings, because otherwise they can become stagnant and affect you on an emotional level. So I want to wish everyone an amazing week that is a sign of Taurus. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Psychic Medium Ray. And if you would like to book a private psychic reading with me, you can go to my website. That's www.raymondguzman.net/shop. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing week to all of you Taurians. Gemini, for those of you that are Geminis, welcome back to my channel. This week for you Geminis, you are looking and contemplating. It looks like your finances feel very secured. They feel good. For a lot of you, this may not be the case for every Gemini, but for the most part, if you are a Gemini that is in control of your finances, they look pretty good and decent this week. It doesn't feel like you're having to stretch out money or be very concerned with it. Again, this may not be for every single Gemini, but for the most part, this week is a pretty good week. Early on in the week, a lot of you are going to experience some kind of upset. This again could be, you realizing or feeling like someone is betraying you, someone is not being honest with you or forthcoming with information that they are holding on to, or feelings that they're not expressing, but for some reason you feel this on a subconscious level, or your spirit is intuitively picking up on these vibes. And so you, for a moment, you could be feeling a little sorry for yourself or feeling down in the dumps, so to speak, but you will pull back. You will pull out of that, because again, Geminis are very resilient. We're very resilient, and we bounce back pretty quickly. Later in the week, there could be some kind of celebration going on. So it feels like there's a turning point for a lot of Geminis out there. Either you're going to be getting some kind of recognition, you're celebrating some good news, you are planning something, or you've accomplished something, like a milestone, a goal that you had set for yourself. So a lot of you Geminis out there just will be mingling, being, high on life, and feeling really good. The energy is very positive later in the week. Also later in the week, you could be looking to, if you're a single Gemini, meeting a special someone, going out on a date, or going out to, with your friends, being invited, and there you may meet someone, for those of you that are single. Basically, with this spring break this week, there is a lot going on where you may feel more like love is surrounding you and coming to you. And again, there's more focus on your money. So by the weekend, you could be spending some serious cash on maybe something that you want, retail therapy, whatever it is. It seems to be something that Spirit is saying, go forth with it. Don't hold back. Don't deprive yourself of, pampering yourself and expressing self-love. That's very important this week. So I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Psychic Medium Ray. And again, if you would like to book a private psychic reading with me, you can go to my website. It's listed here on the screen, www.raymondguzman.net/shop. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing week to each and every one of you Geminis. Moonchild, this week for you, Moonchild, this is going to be a week in which you are really having to put your foot down on a certain situation. You come in very authoritative. Some people could be finding you kind of serious on a serious note. You're just not feeling it this week. You're not going to be, sugarcoating or faking, putting any kind of facade. You're keeping it very real and raw and honest, and just being, who you are. And it's very refreshing, but at the same time, a lot of people could be tuning in and saying something is wrong with you. What is going on? Because it's not like you to be this serious, but there's something that has really been bothering you, and it feels like this is around your finances. This does come across, your home life as well. So there's a lot of decisions that are weighing heavily on your heart, and you're not sure what direction to really take right now. But Spirit is saying, you need to make a decision. The longer that you hold on to this, you really are not doing yourself a service. You're more doing a disservice than anything, because you're prolonging the inevitable. The change is constant, and our life is a cycle, so it continues to go. And that's what you're needing to do, is to make some changes that are more for the betterment of your sanity and your well-being and your spiritual well-being. And so, with that, there is going to be a lot of support from the universe, opportunities, discussions that you'll be having and brainstorming sessions. There is a need also to be careful with who is around you. They may not be as honest. So evaluate your social circle, your friends, those people that only come around once in a blue moon and check up on you, and they're never, they're, constantly asking, there could be something that they're wanting to take from you, whether this is your time or energy, or they need something like for you to, loan them some money, etc., whatever. So Spirit is saying just to be very careful with that situation and don't give into it, because again, your sanity is worth more than, and your well-being is worth more than just, having someone betray you. So just keep very much in mind. That's the message for this week for all the Moonchilds out there. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Psychic Medium Ray. And don't forget to book a private psychic reading with me if you haven't at www.raymondguzman.net/shop. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing, amazing week. All right, Leo, this week for you, Leo, it's very interesting. There's a lot of sexual communication, a lot of focus on your intimacy, your love life. This is your main focal point right now, even though a lot of you Leos are very hard workers. And, for the most part, your concentration is always on your family and your work life. Right now, Spirit is showing me that there is a lot of focus on your love life. So those of you that are in a new budding relationship could encounter some roadblocks, some obstacles. Maybe you're observing some codependency from your partner, or something is just not right in that area. But Spirit is saying that it's like you are having to really kind of put something to an end, or make something very clear to a person that it kind of signifies an end to that situation, meaning that they'll either stop or they'll end up walking away from you. So this week is going to kind of pull on your emotional strings. Like I said, this is a week of, we are in the midst of the Mercury retrograde. So there is a lot of communication that it could be easily misconstrued. Emotions could run high, and we could end up saying things that are very hurtful to someone. So again, you need to be very careful this week with what you're saying and how you're saying it. But it does look like, whatever goes on early on in the week, you will make some amends, and you will be reconciling with this person, or, moving forward in a different approach. Because sometimes when you go through a relationship and there is a breakup, or some kind of separation that's for a few days, or a lack of communication for a couple of days, sometimes it does make the relationship stronger, and it's kind of a test of wills. So Spirit is basically saying to don't give too much thought into it. Whatever is going on, it will be fixed by yourself and that person. Later in the week, by the weekend, you may be taking a leap of faith and doing something that you never thought that you would be doing, or would want to, put yourself into. But it's all about growing right now and pushing the boundaries. So that's the message for Leos this week. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also be sure to follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Psychic Medium Ray. And if you would like to book a private psychic reading, you can go to my website. That's www.raymondguzman.net/shop. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing, amazing week. Virgo, welcome back to my channel, Virgo. This is your horoscope for this week. This week for you, there is a lot of focus on your love life. Something is not right. Something could feel right, but ultimately on some level, you may feel like it's not right. There's some things that are going on, maybe some secrets or things that your partner's not communicating, or you're just not feeling the vibe anymore, or a chemistry between you and your partner. So Spirit does show me that there is heartache for some of you this week. This could be a strong argument that leads to a separation. This could be a heartbreak, or completely, just walking away from a relationship. But it doesn't seem to get any better, and unfortunately, that's the news for this week. The energy is very stifling, and the best thing that you can do, the best advice that I can give you from Spirit, is to kind of pick and choose your battles wisely this week. Do not, go from do not let the effects of something that is going awry, something that's not working out in your life right now, affect other relationships and friendships that you have. So a lot of you may find yourselves kind of secluded after work or after, being out. You may want to stay more at home and really not go out, and even though it is spring break, there will be like a lot of responsibilities, a lot of tension, things running high, your emotions running high, and a lot of you will be inclined to kind of snap at people, but kind of keep your moods in check. Be sure that you're taking some time out to relax and breathe. Practice some yoga, meditation, stretching, walking by a beach. It would do you good to kind of get out of your space, like out of the city hustle and bustle, and go to a natural resource like a beach, or some kind of resort. Do something, a spa, get some kind of relaxation, because you need to replenish yourself after this week that you're going to have. Again, this may not apply to every single Virgo out there. You may have an entirely good, positive week, but this is what I'm shown for most Virgos out there. So I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Psychic Medium Ray. And also, don't forget, if you want to book a private reading, psychic reading, you can go to my website. It's www.raymondguzman.net/shop. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing week, Virgos. Libra, this week for you, Libra, you're working very hard. A lot of you Librans are very focused on your work right now, even if it's not the place that brings you the most satisfaction. A lot of you are not happy really in your jobs, but you're still giving it 110%, and you're doing your best. And later in the week, it could be feeling like you are in a situation where you're having to defend yourself from someone that is attacking you or criticizing the way that you do something, but you have the upper hand. You will come out of this with streaming flying colors and really not fazed by it, but you will find some of this kind of being funny. You will find the funny side to all of this. There is like an irony to all this that's going on into a situation. At the same time, you may be finding that there's a best friend that is going through something that's very similar, and so there's a lot of conversation and communication being exchanged this week with someone else that is close to your heart. And through this, you find some therapy, some healing, and you get past it. Later in the week, it's all going to be like between Thursday and Sunday of this week. It's going to be a week in which you are going to, that couple of days that you're going to be looking towards your partner, maybe doing a getaway for spring break, going out, and just enjoying the fresh air and the, if the weather again permits wherever you live. But there is a sense of doing that this week. Also, some of you are maybe in the midst of moving. There's a lot of movement, crazy busy movement this week for a lot of you. So a lot of you could be moving to a new apartment or moving away from, a certain state. Those are big major life decisions that some of you could be doing or implementing this weekend. So there's a lot of, people that will be celebrating spring break. There's a lot of people that will be doing the opposite and just working very, very hard through it. But the energy overall is a good energy for a lot of you Librans out there. So I want to thank you once again. That's the message for this week. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Psychic Medium Ray. And if you would like to book a private psychic reading, you can go to my website. It's www.raymondguzman.net/shop. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing week. Scorpio, this week for your horoscope, Scorpio, a lot of you could be feeling very tired, needing to replenish yourself. Listen to your body, listen to how you're feeling. A lot of you kind of sometimes put that to the side, and because there is a demand to get work done, you will automatically put yourself in workers mode and really just give 110% on what you're doing. Is you're like kind of like the Energizer bunny that just keeps going, and going, and that is something that is not good, because it can lead to something like a health issue down the road. So you need to take care of your mind, body, and soul, and make sure that you're replenishing yourself. However, on every single level of your life, some of you could be feeling very fulfilled. There is a lot of positive energy that does surround you this week. There could be a partner that's, professing their love to you, and wanting to take the relationship on a deeper level. And there's some more deeper meanings to this life that you are living right now. There's just a spiritual fulfillment on many levels. It's like Spirit is giving back to you in many ways because you've given to so many people. There's also a lot of blessings coming in your finances. So those of you that have been working extremely hard, you could be sitting very well right now in your finances. And, there's a lot of decisions to having, to be made. Some of you could also be cutting out, standing, very strong in your life, and cutting out some people or situations that are no longer good to you. It's like you've had that moment of reckoning. You realize that there is some toxicity that needs to be purged from your life completely. So by the weekend, you are feeling very light. You're feeling gregarious. You're feeling very much in your zone. And a lot of you could be going on trips. Like I said, there's a lot of traveling this week, a lot of celebrations. You could be invited to like a barbecue at a friend's house. And, there's just endless possibilities, but the energy overall is good energy for you. So I want to thank you once again for tuning in. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Psychic Medium Ray. And don't forget, if you would like to book a private psychic reading, you can visit my website at www.raymondguzman.net/shop. Blessings and love and light. Sagittarius, this week for you Sagittarians, there is somebody coming to you. This could be like a male energy for those of you that are male or female, another male coming towards you. The way that this is coming through from Spirit is that there is some love being shown, whether this is sexual in nature, like romantic, or just like someone being a friend, and it's nothing, more than just being a friend and supportive to you. But it looks like you get some support this week if you've been feeling down in the dumps or you've been struggling with your emotions. It looks like there's a lot of positive energy that surrounds you where you feel kind of, the light coming back into your life. You're feeling a little bit better about everything. There's also a lot of focus right now on your money. Some of you could be really stressing over your finances, getting those in order. And so with that, at the end of the week, it seems like you do get that under control, but you feel kind of very tired, and you're walking away from, work, or and you're taking something with you, like an experience on many levels, learning something that's a very valuable lesson this week in your work life, in your personal life as well. There is also another male energy that surrounds you this week, and for some of you, this energy could be a little bit more demanding or controlling, very authoritative, and it's like this person doesn't want to budge in their beliefs, or the way that they treat you is very kind of cut and dry, and it has to be their way or no way at all. And for some of you, this is not going to work. It's going to, create some problems later in the weekend, in the weekend zones. This is kind of more like towards the end of the week. So a lot of you will be dealing with a male in your life that possibly is just, not fulfilling their promises, or they want something kind of their way. And so again, it just creates issues. So the best thing that you can do is meet them back with the same kind of energy that they're sending you. Normally I would say, avoid conflict and stuff, but this person doesn't learn the easy way. So they need to be kind of dealt with in the same way that they are treating you. So I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Psychic Medium Ray. And don't forget to book a private psychic reading at www.raymondguzman.net/shop. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing, amazing week. Capricorn, this week for you, Capricorn, you are using your intuition. A lot of spiritual communication is going on. It feels like you're getting messages from the other side, from your higher self. There's a lot of universal codes being downloaded. A lot of information from, other dimensions. A lot of you could be experiencing some dreams that are very intense, and you normally are not someone that is a dreamer, but there's, like I said, a lot of communication with the other side, with the realms this week. A lot of you are feeling almost like you have the upper hand to a situation, but you've come out of it feeling bad for someone. So there could be like a situation at work where someone either was fired or recently just quit, and you feel kind of responsible because there's something that maybe you said to a boss, or perhaps you miss that person, or you feel like you could have done something to stop it, but you couldn't. So the situation is almost like something out of your hands, out of control. Doesn't have to be necessarily in your work life. This could be in your home life. But whoever you've lost this week, or whatever situation that has you feeling defeated, know that there is a rhyme and a reason for it, and nothing is a coincidence. In the bigger picture, this had to happen because, again, if it wouldn't have happened, you would be stuck in a certain way of viewing things and not really moving forward with your own spiritual path in your life. So Spirit is saying to kind of take things as they come, take a leap of faith when it comes to it, but also be sure that you are not holding on to things, because later on they will come out at some point. Speak your mind, but be very honest with yourself in how you feel, and later on, you will have some different paths that open up to you. But this week, for the most part, your main focus is on your spirituality and your spiritual well-being in your path and your life path, and kind of you having some revelations about this, and also feeling a little bit better, at the end of the week, knowing that you have, really focused on this energy. So I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Psychic Medium Ray. And don't forget to book a private psychic reading at www.raymondguzman.net/shop. Thank you so much. Aquarius, this week for you, it is going to be a weekend which your psychic abilities, your spiritual abilities are enhanced. You could be finding that you are getting a lot of, communication, spiritual downloads, some visions. Maybe you're, just thinking of something and Spirit is validating it for you. There is a need to be careful with how you, what you're doing right now in your life. You're so busy possibly with work, with your your social circle, and in your life, your family life as well. If you're not careful, a decision that you make, even though it's innocent, could lead to some uproar in your life, or a disagreement in some way, like an argument, or a disagreement, like I said, with someone in your midst. So just, right now, there's a sense also of you being impatient, wanting something right now. This could be money or a situation to turn around. Kind of has you on edge in many ways, but only people that are close to you will know this information. But Spirit is saying that you need to be very patient right now. You can't really rush it. You will need to find your inner strength this week, and use that, to kind of help you with different situations, difficult people that you have to interact with. But most of all, be sure that you are using, your friendships and your connections, and helping people and giving back selflessly. That is going to lead to a greater week, and by the end of the week, there's some light vibes of maybe trying to celebrate the spring break, whatever's left of it, especially if you've had a very busy work week, and kind of reconnecting with people and places, and maybe going out to a spot that you haven't been to in a long time will do you good. So I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Psychic Medium Ray. And don't forget to book a private psychic reading at www.raymondguzman.net/shop. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing week. Pisces, welcome back to my channel. This is your horoscope for this week. The first thing this week for you is to know that if there is a situation like a job that you've applied for, or a loan, something that you really had your financial wishes put on, you know, or your focus on your finances, to really step back and kind of not get stressed out if it doesn't go your way, or if you're going through some financial struggles. It seems like the universe is blocking this path for you for a reason. And like I've said before, it's probably like a rerouting. So anything where you're rerouted, you know, to in a different direction, don't see it as a setback, but or an obstacle, but rather as a blessing in disguise. There is going to be some difficulty this week for Pisces. This could be communication with people, a falling out, a strong argument with a partner. There is some unexpressed emotions that you've been holding on to, and it's like you're bursting at the seams for some of you. Again, this may not apply to every single Pisces, but for some of you, that is what's going on right now. And if you're not careful, you know, it can lead to greater things happening, like a ripple effect, and not just affect the immediate people around you, but people that care about you, other people. You know, you would do good by going out in nature, kind of grounding yourself, your energy, your moods, and getting that back intact. And just know that Spirit is watching you and guiding you and protecting you. So whatever you're going through, this is temporarily, it's short-lived, it's going to get better by the weekend. I want to thank you all for tuning in. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Psychic Medium Ray. And if you would like to book a private psychic reading, please visit my website at www.raymondguzman.net/shop. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing, amazing week.